Hi, my name is Hannah, and I started the Box Collectors Society to explore inclusive definitions of creativity and gender. Welcome to my channel. One of the things you learn in therapy, whether or not you are gender nonconforming, is how to tend to your younger self's needs that were not provided. So this month I am honoring my baby bat. I will also be showing you my art goals for the year and all of the projects I hope to create. So stick around for textiles, drawing, upcycling, and that sort of thing if that sounds interesting to you. In a couple of my other videos, I've talked about how I want to start creating more folk art inspired monsters. While this is a style goal, I think it's important for me to have a clear vision for what themes, beliefs, identities I'm trying to get across through my art. In my last video, I drew a cat, and I went over things I could have added to make it feel more representative of me on the inside. It was too cute, basically. One idea I had was to redraw it with a queer or punk-coded haircut. I'm really interested in creating a world of creatures that anthropomorphize intense feelings like disgust, anger, fear, shame, and pain. I remember finding High Fructose magazine when I was a teenager and just being absolutely consumed. But I've had trouble freeing my art and allowing the grotesque to bubble out of me like the High Fructose artists do. In college, I worked at a special collections library for cartoons and comics and got to see a lot of sickening underground comic art, but I struggled with a lot of the themes. There was a lot of misogyny, and there was also a lot of hypersexualization of underdeveloped characters that just felt vacant. I want to share some contemporary artists I found that are doing illustration work that inspires me in this direction. I really like these artists for how they distort the human figure and create figures out of materials or pattern work that feels surreal. I feel like it conveys more emotion than a typical portrait. Hey everyone, if you've stuck around this long, that is awesome. Now we're going to jump into some of the projects I'm hoping to make this year, including crochet, chainmail, textiles, upcycling, that sort of stuff. So let's jump in. Alright everybody, first up on the list is spiky slippers. I want to make these out of crochet, and I've got a picture here of a pattern that I think would work for me, and then I want to make the spikes out of like the amigurumi cone shapes. I think I could make them pretty small as long as I use a fine yarn, so I'll just attach those to the like regular slipper pattern. So that's the plan. They'll probably be all black, but I might do like, I don't know, like a yarn with some like texture in it, or like a really fluffy soft yarn. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. This is the plan so far. I also found this really cool bag, and I'm thinking that if the crochet slippers don't look spiky enough, then I might be able to do like a felted wool slipper and then do like felted spikes. They could be really small that way, which would be really cool. So yeah, we'll see. That's the plan for the slippers. The second project, or second and third projects I'm really excited about making, are knitting projects. I do not yet know how to knit, but I'm feeling extremely confident and naive, and we love that sometimes, especially when we're trying new things, especially when those new things are cool crafts. So I'm thinking about trying knitting this year, and I picked out two patterns that may be quite challenging. I'm not totally sure since I don't know the knit stitches yet, but I picked out a spiky scarf that I think the stitch is called a dragon scale stitch. And then I also picked out this holes sweater, which I just think is so weird and lovely and amoeba-y. So those are the two knit like dream goals. Like if knitting is like a second, a skin for me, if I just acquire this skill with an ease I've never acquired a skill before with. Those are my two knitting projects that I would super love to have by the end of this year. So yeah, we'll see. I'm almost done with my current crochet project, which is a sweater for my partner. And then I have planned to make some knitted socks for my first project. So once I get that rolling, I think I'll have a better idea of what knitting stuff I should be able to accomplish this year. For projects 4 and 5, I'd really like to work with chainmail this year, or metal in general, for some small projects. I've seen a lot of chainmail jewelry, and that's really cool. I don't wear a whole lot of jewelry, to be honest, so I am thinking about maybe making this like decorative harness and maybe a tote that I could then line with maybe like a black quilted situation or like a denim fabric so that I could actually use it as a tote and things wouldn't fall through. So I've got 2 ideas here, and I think that they're like pretty good introductory projects since they don't require like really detailed patterns for the hoops. Like most of them seem to use hoops that are like 1 or 2 sizes. So this is yeah, what I'm hoping to do with chainmail this year. I think the bag in this picture might actually be pre-purchased chain, or like chain that's made from, like you can buy it in rolls at like the hardware store. But yeah, I'd really like the tote to be from loops and to like loop them by hand. So that's my metal projects for 2025. These projects are ones that I may not get to, and I'm okay with that, but I think it would be really fun to combine knitting and chainmail, or crochet and chainmail, or like grommets or hardware in general for a project this year. Again, I'm kind of leaning into making it like a bag. I do use totes, I don't carry purses. So this is something that like I do want to be able to use. I kind of like the idea of how heavy it would be. It's like a more durable piece. It would be cool to use. It may be like a cordage instead of yarn for something like this. So I have some ideas here for the bag. And then I also have this really cool mask, which is just like fashion envy. If I could wear this outfit every day, I would feel so seen. People would be looking for whatever reason they might feel. But that's just inspo. And then I also have this shirt. I don't wear a lot of like tanks like this, but I do think it would be cool to maybe incorporate some chainmail loops into some of my knit sweaters. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I could do like proper chainmail patterns like Byzantine or whatever in the knit, but it could be worth a try. So this is like if there's extra time or I have like extra loops after finishing a project. Yeah, that's the plan. Some bonus projects. Alright, I've lost count. I have big hopes and dreams for this year, what's gonna happen at my art desk and on my couch, because it's more fun to craft when you're comfy. So here's some more projects. I have this slide and then one more slide. So this is getting into my upcycling. For this one, I am hoping to take my hoodie that I have and create like a themed hoodie, spiky themed hoodie. So I'm hoping to make some custom patches that are all spiky plants or like spiky objects, ceramics. I have a whole pin board that's just spiky things, and I'm definitely going to draw from this. A lot of them are other people's art that I've collected, so I'm thinking about redrawing them in like a stippled tattoo style on my Procreate, on my iPad, and then printing them, and then using the like Mod Podge photo transfer, and then sewing them onto the sweatshirt. And then I might put this like spiky riveted like decoration on the hood too. But yeah, the goal is to create a spiky themed garment that is patchwork and maybe has some hardware. I lied, there's 2 things on this slide. So there's the blazer, and then there's these pants with the grommets and the O-rings. So the pants I have already, I've had them for a while, and they're a little long and just like kind of boring. So I'm hoping to shorten them and then create this like 2-layer grommet situation. Yeah, very excited about this. This has been one of my pins for like a couple years now, and I'm like finally ready to cut them up, because it's so scary to cut up clothes that are like fine. They're fine the way they are, but they just don't feel like me at all. So yeah, I'll be cutting those up this year. It's going to be exciting. Maybe I'll do a video for this project since it seems like fairly straightforward. The blazer is also something I've been thinking about for a long time. I threw up some images here just to show like compositionally how much stuff I want to add to my blazer, but yeah, I'm looking at this picture now. So like especially the lapel is something that I really want to like develop, and I want this to be a part for my black suit. I only have one black suit. I honestly only have 2 suits, and I wish I could wear them every day. They're the best. But I want it to be bug themed. So I'm gonna look for bug buttons, bug like brooches and charms and like pins and stuff. And yeah, I just want to like cover it in bug related things. I have a wedding in October, so I'm trying to have this project specifically finished for October so I can wear it to the event that I'm going to. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up my 2025 goals, art project ideas that I'm really excited about. There'll definitely be things in between. Obviously, I try to draw a lot, so yeah, I'll also be drawing. I've got another sketchbook tour coming that'll probably just kind of pop up randomly because I usually only do 1 video a month, but the sketchbook tours are so easy and quick to film, especially since I just do like a silent flip through. So yeah, look for that maybe next month. Besides that, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. Thanks for being here. See you next month.